my Aquarian collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. Welcome to your 7-card draw. What do I need? Shadow read for this full moon in Capricorn. Waning to new in Cancer, June into July 2021. I am your reader, Angelo, Lyons. Mal for short. Professional witch, professional intuitive, president of Drawing the Circle Productions since 1998, the Archangel of Lyons. Angelo, Lyons, serving some serious Dothraki hair realness here, but you can call me Mal. Yeah, no, the humidity's ridiculous. It was either Jason Malmoa or Rosanna Dana. I think I chose wisely. Let's get up in your gig, shall we? We're doing a 7-card draw. 1 card from 7 different decks. We're doing 2 tarot decks, 2 healing systems, 3 oracles to get you the clues, tips, and hints you need about a specific timeline. The full moon in Capricorn that has just passed, waxing to the new moon, waning to the new moon in Cancer on Friday, July 9th, 9:17 p.m. Eastern Time. I am in New York. Excuse me, I don't think that's intuitive. I've got a cauldron burning across the room with white sage, dragon's blood soaked white sage, which is new. I found that at a pretty hot mess in Saratoga. Lovely little store. If you're following me on Instagram, that place was really cool. And some honey amber. So forgive me if I cough. Sometimes when I cough in the middle of a reading and I ain't got no incense and nothing burning, someone's trying to spit up something, so to speak. I don't know that that's true yet. Let's see what hits the table. All the decks that I read are always in the bottom of the description box, along with other links for your entertainment, education, and sometimes both edutainment. Otherwise, it's a general read. You know all that. I'm tired of saying it over and over and over again. But both feet on the floor. If you can, focus on your breath if you will. And by all means, if you feel so called, check your other signs to get more information about what we're about to see or about something else that you need to be aware of in a waning moon phase, right? We're going from full to new, letting go, releasing, forgiving, alchemizing, which is why I use the Caroline Myss archetype cards, because the shadow and light is very symbolic, I guess, symbolic of lead and gold. Lead has 3 more atoms than gold on the periodic table. Lead is toxic, gold is healthy. Lead is an insulator, energy can't move through it, ask Kal-El. Gold is a conductor, which is why our phones and our devices are so expensive. It's a very good conductor, right? So the alchemy, letting go, healing, transforming, forgiving, shadow work. That's why it's a shadow read. And I believe we're still in the shadow of Mercury retrograde. Everything else apparently going retro. So let's see how this turns out. Again, both feet on the floor if you can. I will do the same. Let's do this. Breathe. Just waiting to inhale. Oh, this feels good. Oh, I like this. All right, here we go. My collective pantheons of angels, archangels, goddesses, gods, ascended masters, and the higher selves of all involved, 5th dimension and above, 8th chakra and above. Please, 1 card in clarity. What is the dominant archetype in the 8th chakra for the Aquarian collective? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs watching this video, receiving this reading that they can alchemize from lead to gold, with clarity coming with each card after that. This full moon in Capricorn, waning to new in Cancer. Oh, good. I mean, all archetypes are neutral. No wonder how wonderful they sound is how toxic they are in the shadow, and no matter how terrifying they sound, it's how brilliant they are in the light. There are 9 families of archetypes. You have a wisdom family archetype of the mentor. Mentorship I did for a while in a coven situation, but I'm more of a teacher than a mentor. But let me read this for you. The shadow attribute. Now, the shadow is what you don't want to look at in yourself, or if you're aware of it, you don't want anybody else to. But with these readings, if this is in your 8th chakra, this could be like the lesson that you're learning, perhaps with a mentor. If you are not the mentor, that makes you the mentee. You take that in as an 8th. The shadow attribute. Inability to allow the student to move on to the role of master. That has happened to me so many times. Which is probably why I don't like mentorship all that much. Imparting false information. That and a side of fries. But the light attribute. passing on wisdom and refining a student's character. Now, that word student certainly applies to my dominant wisdom archetype, which is the teacher. I am a spiritual teacher, really, first and foremost. I've just been reading tarot since I'm 12, and now I'm 52. I know I don't look at things. It cracks me up every time I say it, which is why I'm a fun teacher, right? But a mentor, not so much. Like, I don't mentor my friends. It's not really my vibe. It's not that I hate that's how you know you have an archetype. It's disgusting. Then you have it, right? Always and never. Those extremes tell you there's archetypal animation. But particularly if you are dealing with a mentor or are put in a situation that is mentoring you, which is another way to look at this, we shall see. Only you can know that, though. General read, healing with the Angels Oracle, right? It's our first healing system, Carolyn Mace. We'll get our first oracle on the table. Who are the angels that are waiting in the wings, to help you here? Please breathe. As I call upon the angels and archangels of air for the sign of Aquarius, the powers of the east, the Raphaelite angels, please, one card in clarity for the Aquarian collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs watching this video, receiving this reading. I'm hearing that somebody could absolutely be rejecting a mentorship here one way, shape, or form, right? And that could bring up a lot of feelings on both sides that need to be dealt with. So who are the angels they most need to work with to help them alchemize this mentor archetype, this full moon in Capricorn, waning to new in Cancer? Manifestation. Oh, yay, we're manifesting something. We're always manifesting something. Even our own thoughts, we are manifesting to the extent that as soon as we're aware of them, right, poof, there they are. But what would the healing angels of manifestation do? Bring you manifestations that help you heal. One way of doing that, certainly the mentor process can be a part of that, as well as bringing you into the healing you need in order to manifest something. Now, again, we tend to think of this as an earth thing, element of earth, physical manifestation, but there is also emotional manifestation, mental manifestation, manifestation of desire. Suddenly you've manifested this desire inside of you that appears out of nowhere, as well as spiritual and mystical manifestation. So I'm going to go with this being really in some way about some experience that manifests for you in the physical that is bringing you a manifestation of wisdom. It is a wisdom family archetype. But I do get that there's some emotional stuff going on here, just energetically. Little solar plexus, but it's up here too in the emotional field. So let's look there. Daughters of the Moon Tarot will give us the heart, throat, third eye, and crown dynamics that, you know, that 8th chakra is overshadowing and influencing everything else underneath it. So what's going on inside of you, the world behind your eyes? And Aquarians, y'all can keep secrets. You can really keep your personal lives to yourself, friendly to everybody, like friend of the world, but a little emotionally distant, of course, depending on what your moon sign is, that might be different. Your moon sign. Let's ask the goddesses, please breathe. Yeah, as I call upon my goddess of air and the sign of Aquarius, blessed gray-eyed Athena, goddess of wisdom, goddess of strategy, the great liberator in the sense of teaching us how to use knives and forks, right? Liberating us from the barbarism of our pasts into the civilization of the future with great wisdom and foresight. Please, what does this Aquarian collective? Nah, too many. If it was just that one, I woulda. Please, my beloved Athena, leave the card in my hand. What does this Aquarian collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign watching this video, receiving this reading, most need to be aware of inside of themselves in terms of however this mentor archetype is affecting them so they can alchemize it with the healing angels of manifestation, particularly if someone has been holding them back, right, so that they can manifest their step forward. And I can feel there's a lot around that. What's going on here, this full in Cap to new in Cancer? Yep, sure enough. The Empress, Mawu, that there is definitely a divine feminine element in you that is trying to create something, that is trying to birth something. All of the queens of the zodiac, right, of the tarot, cups, wands, pentacles, swords, didn't do that in order, amalgamated as one as the Empress. Now, this is definitely about your creative intuition, and you use your creative intuition every single day. 3 levels of power: survival intuition, creative intuition, visionary intuition. This is definitely about your own creativity, and all day long. You don't even realize every choice and decision, right? Well, your heart says yes and your head says yes, you go it, you do it. Your head says no, your heart says no, you don't do it. But what happens when your head says no and your heart says yes? I don't get that's the case here, though. What I get is that there is this strong knowing inside of you, and yes, it is emotional, but that if you're the mentor coming from this place, lovely. I mean, really lovely. There is even that maternal aspect of wanting to take someone under your wing, which is what we see here in this card. Now, it's too bright, but do you see the blue wing around the student there? Kind of aquamarine dealio going on there. So that is lovely. But also, if it is reversed and someone is mentoring you and holding you back, you are fully pregnant and ready to give birth in some way, shape, or form. Now, it might be literal, but a doula is not a mentor, right? A midwife is not a mentor necessarily, but you know what I'm saying. Whatever your creative project is, or your creative process is, there's something here where that shadow, inability to allow the student to move on to the level of master. Why? Because it's a loss of authority and power, but not really. Like my tarot students, like I said, I'm a teacher, not a mentor. Some of them are making good money. I'm like really happy for them, right? Because they're doing parties. We'll do parties online until everybody is poked in the arm. What does this look like on the outside? Mythic Tarot, root, sacrum, solar plexus aspect. What's this look like from the outside, looking in at you, or through your eyes on the inside, looking out at some aspect of the physical? Please take a nice deep breath. As I call to my annual patron from Yule to Yule, my beloved Heracles, power of air, sign of Aquarius, my god of Aquarius, the hero, right? The hero of the hero's journey, right? Trying to see the larger picture, making his way through this. Please, one card in clarity. You're so hot. For this Aquarian collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign watching this video, receiving this reading. What have you got for them? What does this look like from the outside looking in with this mentor archetype in play with the healing angels of manifestation and the Empress on the inner? On the outer, we have got the Page of Cups, this full to new. And I got a kitty barking me. You want to come up here, buddy? Come on up, Melks. Come on up. Let's see if he does. He's a stubborn Taurus. Page of Cups. An emotional message coming in, or either to you or from you. Stop, tickles. Here, come on up. Come on up, booger. No, you don't wanna? People might think I don't have cats. Follow me on Instagram. I got 3. Come on, booger. No, just wanted to head bonk mama's ankles. My cats call me mama because they don't have the jaw structure to say dada. Right? So definitely there is an emotional thing coming in here. Now this, I feel like, isn't necessarily a message of love. Well, and interesting, it's Narcissus. It's where we get the word narcissist from. Read the myth. There's some good stuff in there that might give you a little insight here. You might very well be dealing with a narcissistic message. Be careful of gaslighting. Right? Be careful of gaslighting, of people giving you an overly emotional message here to turn tables. And I get that if you really pay attention to what's going on in your interior world, whatever this message is, you will be able to really sense in your creative intuition whether or not you want to play. Now, my thing about court cards is that they don't represent people in terms of their zodiacal signs. They represent zodiacal energies, particularly house energies, but the pages, the kings are the cardinal signs, the queens are the fixed signs, the knights the mutable, but the pages are messages, not necessarily messengers. Get the difference, right? This could be an intuitive hit. This could be something coming in, but regardless, the Page of Cups, we all know, is immature. That does not mean childish necessary. It could, but immature, like an oak tree, is contained within an acorn. An acorn is an immature oak tree, but if it is given something to deep, to hold its roots, nutrient rich, loved for, cared for, allowed to grow in its life cycle of an oak tree, which they can live a very long time, they shed billions of acorns, right? So a lot can come from this, and I think your creativity is more important than whatever this message is. Let's keep going. What is the healing mantra to help you deal with this? Because I get with the manifestation, there's something you're trying to manifest here. And this message comes in either for good or ill, depending on you. But there's great wisdom available here for you in some way, shape, or form. Let's ask the Ascended Masters. Breathe. Yeah, my Ascended Masters, I'm just going to say general purpose, even though a mentor-mentee thing is definitely a soul contract, but you tell us, what is the perfect healing mantra for the Aquarian collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs watching this video, receiving this reading to help them alchemize that mentor archetype, along with asking for the help of the healing angels of manifestation, because they have that divine feminine fertility within them, that love, that power, that wisdom, almost like these four chakras in alignment as the Empress, right? Fire, earth, air, water. I don't want to do that right now. You know what I mean? Those four chakras brought into alignment, really the goddess resting within them in some way, shape, or form. So with that Page of Cups on the outer, if it's going from them, that's one dynamic. If it's coming towards them, it feels like another. Well, obviously they're different, but can you give us something here to help clarify that? A mantra they can heal with this full moon in Capricorn to new in Cancer. Unraveling codependency. Only I have to feel good about my choices. I didn't even have to look at the card. Oh, this mantra has been in play since I got the deck back in, what, 2019? December 2019. Oh, dearie, 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 my. Unraveling codependency. Codependency is one of the 4 ego wounds. According to Matt Kahn, it's his deck. Might as well draw from his well of wisdom, right? Abuse, neglect, codependence, and loss. All right, maybe you were abused, maybe you weren't. I don't know how you avoided it. Maybe you've been neglected, maybe you weren't. Maybe you've experienced loss, because everybody has that wounds regardless of the other 3. But codependence is, it's just as much a wound, it's just as deadly, it's just as much an addiction. It just doesn't necessarily destroy cell tissue right away as some external do. These kill dreams. They are toxic to dreams. They're toxic to hearts, desires, and freedom, right? And people finding and living their authentic truth. And if your authentic truth right now is the Empress, do not hold back. Only I have to feel good about my choices, and I'm choosing to read it from the bookie book because I was gonna anyway. I love this deck. I mean, it has helped me just to have a mantra, because of course we're all raised. If you were raised in the Western world, I don't know how you escaped codependent wounds. Only I have to feel good about my choices. Thank you very much. When codependency unravels, you are able to move freely in the directions of your heart's desire without needing permission from others, like particularly a toxic mentor who might be trying to hold you back. As codependency fades, you are able to honor the emotional reactions of others as crucial stages of their healing journey without taking responsibility for them. See, as you break a chain of codependence, people freak out. They freak out. There is a loss of power, and I got that emotional part of it. So you might get a snarky snark message, but understand there is something narcissistic in there, not just because Narcissus is on there, or it could be that you really deliver the emotional message in a very, let's say, immature, that doesn't mean childish form, saying, I'm doing this with or without you. You do you, I gotta do me. I cannot deny my own divine Empress goddess nature within me. Only I have to feel good about my choices. And if you don't feel good about it, you make your choices. But if you come for me, you better sharpen your claws. Tell me you mad at all. Those Jimmy Choos are killing you. Size 15 foot and a size 10 shoe. This mantra is ideal for healing family dynamics. We learned it from somewhere. cultivating emotional freedom, which definitely is a part of this, and reclaiming personal power, particularly if there's somebody holding you back. Now, they may not be a business mentor. You may not even realize that there's a mentorship there. And certainly if the script is flipped and this is you holding somebody back out of fear of loss, do understand the codependent patterning was written into these lives before we ever incarnated to play them. We are actors, eternal soul actors, genderless, raceless, ageless, guiltless, sinless, birthless, deathless souls, children of the divine, chosen to play roles in order to develop the soul and being authentic, right? Breaking these ancient chains of codependency. Although it wasn't called codependency back in the ancient days, it was said, stop scribbling on the wall, we need to go hunt bison. I don't care about your art, right? That was survival. We're not there anymore. Codependent No More, Melody Beattie, good place to start. Not the easiest book to read. Usually associated with drug and alcohol abuse, but certainly it has morphed beyond those parameters for sure. All right, this is definitely a soul contract read. They gave us a soul contract mantra here. In other words, you two came in to do this dance and heal. So let's ask the higher selves of all involved, not just you, my aquariums, what's going on here. Please take a nice deep breath. Very high, Aquarian, high stratospheric perspective. Pull up to the satellites if you can. Here we go, please. The higher selves of all involved, one card in clarity, a whisper of love, the party turner deck, as I like to call it. In and for this Aquarian collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, watching this video, receiving this reading, what is the piece of information, inspiration, or insight they most need from the higher selves of all involved, alchemizing this mentor archetype with the healing angels of manifestation, Empress on the inner, Page of Cups on the outer, unraveling codependency, because only they have to feel good about their choices. What's their whisper of love? This full moon in Capricorn, waning to new in Cancer. Back to what you love. Your current situation is giving you an opportunity to reevaluate what you want, right? Absolutely. And without the drag, and I mean the psychic drag, not just that this person might be a drag, the freedom to really reevaluate. Do I want to keep doing this with this person who's like death by 1,000 paper cuts? A little snarky here, a little snarky there. Because, you know, people have even said to me, it's like, if you leave, I will die. I was like, well, we're all immortal beings. Have at it, right? It's like, no. Do you see that? You see this malachite? This is, I know you probably can't see it unless you hold the phone up close or get close to the TV, whatever. Piece of malachite that is a gift from Persephone. I've had it for years, right? And it is what's called my virgin vow, my Virgo vow. This is the symbol of it. Not that I'm never gonna have sex again. Please, I'm a Virgo. Of course I am. My virginity grows back by daylight. But that I will never be owned again. No one will ever. I would rather be nibbled by rats than be trapped in another codependent contract. So, beware. Which is interesting, the word be aware and beware. Yeah. All right, get back to what you love. This is great. But look, the amount of emotions that are going to come up around this, though, take the time to feel them, to heal them, but no one needs to know you're doing that, right? You could totally do that in from a distance, because the world looks blue and green and the snow-capped mountains white. Thank you, Bette Midler. Blessed be the new deck that I picked up in Saratoga Springs visiting my family last weekend. Got it from the Magic Moon in Saratoga Springs, one of my favorite places on Earth. Hi, Veronica. I don't know that you have any planets in Aquarius, but if someone from the shop is watching, tell her Mark says hi. I love this deck. It doesn't have a lot written on. The artwork's great. Not a lot written on the cards, but the first part of what's in the bookie book explains the card, and then the second part gives you a blessing. So I've consecrated this deck to my collective pantheons of gods and goddesses, because it says on it, mystical Celtic blessing cards to enrich and empower. And I love my Greeks, but I am part Celtic, part Mediterranean, so I can relate. So why not all the gods that are interested? Please take a nice deep breath. my collective pantheons of gods and goddesses, please, what is the blessing you would impart to the Aquarian collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs watching this video, receiving this reading, so that they may better alchemize this mentor archetype from inability to allow the student to move on to the role of master, imparting false instruction, regardless of whether they are mentor or mentee, into passing on wisdom and refining a student's character here with the healing angels of manifestation to help them bring this into physical form, bringing everything else into alignment. What it seems they're pretty much already there with that Empress card lined up with some sort of emotional message here. It does feel like it could have some snark coming towards them, or them really putting out there, it's like, I'm done. I'm following my heart no matter what you do. Unraveling codependence, because only they have to feel good about their choices so that they can get back to love. This current situation is giving them an opportunity to reevaluate what it is that they really want, what's written in their hearts. My gods and goddesses, what's your blessing for them? This full moon in Capricorn, waning to new in Cancer. A blessing to bring prosperity. Ding, 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 ding. Yay! Now, prosperity isn't all about money. I mean, she got a lot going on here. It's a gorgeous picture. I mean, all of them. There's no stinkers in this deck here. Like, it's almost like, looks like she's got those little kitty ears, but they're butterfly or fey wings behind her, right? Apples with pentacles at the center, which all of them do. Let's read from the bookie book here. Card number 21. Who couldn't use? Oh, a blessing of prosperity. And here I am talking about Persephone, whose Roman name is Proserpina. Hey, a Proserpina. Hey, all right. Okay, so this is a very, very tiny description and at least a page of blessings. So let's do this for real. Please take a nice deep breath. My God, send this blessing through me and help me read these words the way you would have me read them. Card number 21, a blessing to bring prosperity. A blessing for you, so that you will always have enough to support you and see you thrive. Dearest friend, may there be more than what it is you need. May there be more. Okay, one more time. The type on this is so tiny. Breathe. Dearest friend, may there be more than what it is you need, yet always let you be appreciative of all the gifts you have been given. May the natural prosperity and gifts of each season be yours. The fullness and wide open arms of summer and its rich harvests. May the falling of the leaves of autumn bring you the urge to let go and bring in and do what must be done. Let the depths of winter bring you to the richness of the inner light and life, the cold reminding you of the great golden heart at the center of you, and allow the spring bring to you the green shoot pushing through new beginnings. May there be plenty for adventures beyond your home and hearth. Let there be sufficient. It's not good grammar. Let there be sufficient so that there is always wood on your fire, food in the pot, and light shining down upon you. May the flow of abundance that nature reveals within all of her faces be yours. And wherever there is need, know it will be met again and again with the blessings of the universe. For they will flow to you, and you may gather them up in your arms and create more and more of whatever it is you need, whatever it is your soul calls out for. You will be able to create a home. You will be able to nourish yourself and those you love. You will no longer struggle or attempt to force. Instead, you will enter the stream of plenty that flows all about you and is now yours. Let prosperity, real and true, be yours, and may there be gratitude and charity and generosity from you to meet the bounty of the world that now flows to you. Blessings of prosperity to you, friend. Let bounty be shared and its ways taught, so that all may know the simple secrets of growing enough for all that is needed. Blessed be. I feel like that hit everything in here, right? That it's time for you to break away from a toxic mentorship situation here, right? To manifest with the blessings of prosperity. Let me put it together for you, shall I? In the way that they like doing through me, please take a nice deep breath. My collective pantheons of the divine, may the Aquarian collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs watching this video, receiving this reading, be blessed with all that they need to face their shadow and heal and deal and manifest their highest good in this world. This full moon in Capricorn, waning to new in Cancer, that they may embrace the wholeness that is within them, that divine feminine empress energy, creative, full, whole, complete, and indeed prosperous, regardless of what emotional messages may come and go to them, that they are not swayed from that path in terms of dealing with a mentor, that whether it's them or someone else, they are able to perhaps become a mentor better than they were mentored, passing on wisdom and refining a student's character, so that these blessings of prosperity, that regardless of reason, season, or lifetime, they're given everything that they need to manifest that empress from the inner to the outer in perfect manifestation and health and healing with the healing angels, unraveling codependency as they go, because only they have to feel good about their choices, particularly when it comes to getting back to what they love, because this current situation is giving them an opportunity to reevaluate what they want, so that they may heal, so that their wisdom may rise up within them, that they may share it down the road to someone who finds themselves exiting a situation as they exit right now, breaking the chains of pain, of codependency, of addiction, that will hold us all back, even as we try to do our best to bring into physical form what we came here to do in this life for our well-being and for the well-being of all. So may it be, and so it is. Yeah. Break chains of illusion and set all things to right, reveal what has been hidden, and bring the truth to light. So let's call this one a mentor getting back to what they love by unraveling codependence. If I can make it all fit, but I will edit a title to get a good title in there. Wow, it's a good read. Look, if you want to go deeper on this, book me for a reading. You can find me on Twitter, you can find me on Instagram, you can find me on Facebook. Social media is just the easiest way to get in touch with me right now, because so much of my Gmail stuff is going to spam and it takes me hours to find who's who in there. And by all means, check out my book, Words of Grace. You might like it very much. The Mother Grace of Hope, the second grace that I talk about, the Gateway Grace of Hope. That I alone do nothing, but with the gods all things are possible, and that there is a divine plan in all of this, and I can't get it wrong. It can be delayed, but it cannot be prevented, and I'm feeling that here for you. Just get back to what you love, and you didn't incarnate for this other person, you incarnated for all of us, and me right here with you. So wishing you the very best, and the very bless my lovely aqua lungs. May you manifest your highest good and your greatest joy, that it be a blessing upon all of us. Hail, farewell, and blessed be.